With many changes happening in Europe, both on the visa side and the tax side, people are often wondering what are the other options that may be available to them to avoid these never-ending changes in Europe, but still have a nice lifestyle, enjoy some beaches, and have a good tax situation. One of the places that definitely comes to mind is Central America, with a couple of options there that offer not just a great lifestyle, but also a great tax system. My name is Jelena. I'm a strategy manager here at Nomad Capitalist, and we help 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs go where they're treated best. When working with clients, one of the first things that we go through when talking about taxes and tax systems is countries that have different tax systems. So the first category are high tax countries that tax you on your worldwide income. So those are the countries like the US, Canada, Australia, Germany, France, and so on. So these countries will tax your worldwide income, worldwide assets, no matter where they're located. The second category are territorial tax countries. Now, those countries will tax only your locally sourced income, which means that foreign sourced income, in most cases, depending on how it's structured, is not going to be taxed in those countries. And then the third one are tax havens or zero tax countries. Now, as the name itself says, those are the countries that will not tax you regardless of where you live or where your assets are, and they generally have a 0% tax. Now, when we're talking about Central America and the countries in that region, most of them are either territorial tax countries or worldwide tax countries. The main focus of this video are going to be territorial tax countries in Central America, such as Panama, Costa Rica, and Belize, which are one of the best ones in our opinion. One of the top picks in the Central American region is definitely Panama. Panama has a very good lifestyle, has a very attractive tax system for foreigners, and it's very close to the US, Canada, or other places in Latin America that you might want to visit. Now, the best part about Panama is that it has a territorial tax regime, which means that your personal and corporate income would not be taxed in Panama if it's foreign sourced and structured properly. One of the common thoughts that people have when they think about Panama is that it's a tax haven, that you have 0% tax all over, which is definitely not true. They do have some good incentives for LLCs or IBCs that are incorporated in Panama, but they operate mainly offshore. Other than that, when it comes to personal and corporate tax, usually Panama has about 25% tax on locally sourced income, which means that if you go to Panama and you have an on-the-ground business, you have employees there, your company will likely be taxed in Panama at a rate of 25%. But if you incorporate a Panama IBC that operates mainly with foreigners, it's a location-independent business, then you might be able to claim the 0% tax and not have anything to pay on the corporate side. Panama has a nice blend of influence from the north and from the south, and has a perfect position where it's kind of geographically in the middle of it, and it kind of has great connections as well. So if you're somebody who's looking for nature, more relaxed lifestyle, and you don't really like Panama, then luckily there's also a country that is close by that is also tax favorable and that has a pretty good lifestyle, and that is Costa Rica. Now, similar to Panama, Costa Rica will not tax foreign sourced income, but will tax locally sourced income. So from that perspective, it's not a tax haven. It's not a 0% tax all over, but you actually, when you go there, you have to structure your assets, your holdings, your company, business, whatever you have properly in order to maximize tax benefits from a territorial tax country such as Costa Rica. If you have a locally based business in Costa Rica, generally personal taxes go up to 25%, corporate taxes can go up to 30%, which is not that low, but it still might be deemed lower than some other countries like Canada or the United States in some cases. Now, what is interesting also for Costa Rica is it has a thriving tourism industry, so there are great opportunities in terms of investment in tourism and some special zones that Costa Rica also offers. But on the downside, it is definitely more expensive. The lifestyle is more expensive there than it is in Panama. So while it offers a more relaxing lifestyle, more investment opportunities in some cases, it also will cost you a bit more to actually live there. One of the most popular destinations amongst our clients is definitely Mexico. And there are a lot of people who want to go there, obtain a residence. This is definitely a country that we talk about a lot, where it's easy to obtain residence. People like the lifestyle. They're very accommodating to US and Canadians. Lifestyle is maybe in some cases similar. So normally and naturally, a lot of people from the north kind of want to go towards Mexico because of the food, lifestyle, and other things that are similar to the place that they are leaving, basically. However, what people often don't think about is that Mexico is definitely not a tax-favorable country. It has a worldwide tax system, which means that they will tax you no matter where your assets are, and it has a pretty aggressive tax regime. So for those people who are interested in that area, there's an alternative that we would recommend looking into, which is very close to Mexico, very close to some popular tourist destinations like Playa del Carmen and Cancun, and that is Belize. Similar to Costa Rica and Panama, Belize also has a territorial tax system, which can be very favorable when you structure your assets properly, and you can pay zero tax on your worldwide income as long as it doesn't come from Belize. Besides the territorial tax system that Belize has, it also offers additional tax benefits, but specific to QRP retirement schemes. So if you are applying for a residence permit in Belize under this scheme, it also allows you to import your personal belongings with no import tax or duty to pay on those belongings. Now, those belongings include a car, a boat, any personal items or similar, which is very favorable because in most cases, if you want to import your car into a certain country, there are a lot of taxes to be paid and it usually costs a lot. But Belize also has this opportunity, which has to be used in the first year after you have obtained your visa permit. Now, what is additionally beneficial for the three countries that I mentioned is that there is no controlled foreign corporation rules or CFC rules. What that means is that your foreign company will technically not be deemed a tax resident in these countries just based on ownership. So you can own 100% of your company that is, let's say, in BVI or Cayman Islands and live full-time in Costa Rica, Panama, or Belize, and they will not claim that your company is a tax resident there just based on the percentage of ownership. So when people come to us and they want to leave their home countries and they've never been anywhere else overseas, the first thought they have is Europe, because those are the countries that they have the most experience with or they feel most comfortable with. But if you want to look beyond that and you want to explore other places, you're simply not interested in that part of the world, nor let's say in Asia, and you want to focus on Central America, then some of these countries might be a good fit for you. Honestly, to find out which country exactly can be a bit of a process depending on what your assets are, what your income is, and how you're structured, which is why we would definitely recommend working with a professional in order to figure those things out. Here at Nomad Capitalist, we helped a lot of people move to Central America and optimize their tax situation. But also, if you're not sure which path is right for you, we also offer creation of your personalized plan with tailor-made solutions.